All right, looks like they are getting hot. Indeed, spacers all over the place, earth-shattering kabooms. Andreja, I hope you're ready. Let's get out the ye old trusty rifle. Surprise! Yeah, you better fall back. Prepare to get wrecked. Surprise! Well, Andreja, they have big blue things over their heads, so if you ever lose them, look for the big blue things. Got one on this end. No more.
Leave before I make you. Get out. Now. This place
Leave
ain't
before you
for the
make
likes
me?
of you.
No.
Ah!
Goodbye. All right, this guy happens to be on the back side of this whole establishment, over the river and through the woods. Surprise!
We are triumphant.
And more coming down the hill, eh? This is where a mine would really actually come in handy, but maybe we can put the old hunting rifle to work. Come on, buddies. A lot of reinforcements coming.
I heard something.
Let's encourage them to charge. We have a pretty solid situation here as far as cover's concerned. More's coming up, defend the beachhead. Yep, run out in the open, see what good that does you. 3 to 5 second rush, spacers. Now these guys, all right, showing a little bit more signs of being tactical. Well, I got a joke for them.
Someone or something will clean up whatever's left behind.
Oh, I'm sure. No throwables, unfortunately, so we will just say hello. Music! And we're 12 kills away from our rifle certification. We do have more pistol damage. Since we're packing a bit of a hand cannon, we can continue on with that. And let's see what the LT has to say. Yeah, so from here, we were standing right behind that pylon. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, Andreja, hopefully this is a job well done and we can get back to the lodge before Barrett's service ends. All right, lottie-dottie everybody. Accounted for and ready?
Good people. Every one of them that died is a loss for all of us.
Indeed.
So many people.
That's the price of command, Torres. Every decision leads to blood. You can drive yourself crazy with counterfactuals. Focus on the good you did. We did, here.
Yep, everyone is alive because of cooperation.
Huh. Well, just don't go saying that too loudly.
Altair's safe because of you. Both of you. I almost want to write back to the Freestar and ask them to give you a medal.
Now, wouldn't that be the damnedest thing? I could put it on right next to my meritorious star. You'd save me a court-martial if you just give me your thanks. Might be you want your medal, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Your recognition would be nice.
It's certainly earned.
I'm not sure if I would have done all this if the roles were reversed, Myo. But I will never forget you.
You're young, and you've got a future ahead of you. A bit of advice. I've been passed up for promotion more times than I can count because I've always stuck by my principles. There's a million ways the bastards in command will ask you to compromise. Little ways, big ways. Don't. It may hurt your career, but I look back with pride at my service. Especially today.
Yeah, you want to be a good officer instead of a flag officer.
You see?
I sincerely hope I never see you across the lines on the battlefield, Captain.
Yeah.
If you do, Lieutenant, I will do my duty.
Not if I do my duty first.
Soldiers, it's time to get out of the Free Star's hair.
The Peacekeeper rifle. All right, we can take a look at that, Andreja. We got some goodies. So normally we rock the Revenant, but if we take a look at the Peacekeeper, so higher physical damage, lower fire rate though, we have a lot of rounds for it, we might be able to boost up the Peacekeeper a bit. A lot more rounds. The 50 cal MI will run out before the 11mm, it looks like. It's a heavy bugger. But yeah, we can mod it up a bit. I don't know if we can get the magazine up to 150 rounds, but yeah, a nice backup rifle, I must say.
You have a favorite restaurant here? Mine is currently Whetstone, but it changes.
Well, shoo, girl, I'm gonna take you there. Anyway, we have a funeral to attend.
I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued trauma.
Right.
It is easy to talk about the glory and excitement of breaching into the unknown, of lighting the darkness. But it is harder to stare into the face of the cost. That all of our progress is built on top of the lives of those who dared. And that we owe them the courage to continue our work in their memory.
Thank you, Sarah. If anyone else would like to say a few words.
All right, up to the podium, I suppose. First of all, thank you all for coming. Barrett knew the dangers we face better than anyone. If he was here, he would tell us to keep going, to never stop. And I'll do everything I can to honor his memory.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something.
All right, let's get a feel on what's going on. Noelle?
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
Yeah, it's a thought that counts, really.
Good. Good. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive surging sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything?
You memorized all that? Dude.
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant with how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend is gone. There's no afterlife, or second meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect ending for me. So it's up to us. We are what lives on. If the pain of loss inspires us to greater action, then that is the good that comes from this. Humanity is what truly creates our world. We are the ones that judge things to be good or evil, joyful or mournful. Let us take responsibility for it. Let us remember lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that.
Yes, well, I like to keep some things private. However, I know Barrett would have appreciated the sentiment.
Thank you, Walter. All right, looks like everyone is concluded. Sarah?
Hey, how are you holding up?
Well, how about you? How are you?
It's not really going to hit me until later. Right now, I just need everyone else to be okay.
I'm fine, thanks.
Just don't forget to take time for yourself, okay? Plenty of rooms if you need to sit down and be alone for a while. We'll get through this. It might feel like everything's falling apart, but that's why we need to stick together.
And you don't have to be strong for everyone. You can grieve too.
We all have to get through this our own way. Don't worry about me. Really, I'll be fine.
And hello, Aja.
I don't believe we met. Ajay Mamasa, former chair of Constellation. I wish the circumstances of my visit were better.
Thank you for coming.
Unfortunately, this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it. I was the one who invited Barrett to join. Oh, he was so brilliant. Even if the rest of us couldn't always keep up.
And what was Barrett like back then?
Exactly the same as when you met him, I bet. Oh, smiles. Saying just the wrong thing at just the right time. You don't mentor someone like Barrett as much as you let him go and try to contain the damage later, eh?
And were you and Barrett close?
Ah, yes. I officiated his wedding. Ah, young Irvin. I told him he was signing up for a lot with Barrett, but he didn't care. I bet relationships in Constellation are still messy, aren't they? We're more of a family than an organization. All the former lines bleed together. It makes the losses sting harder. But I hope it means the time you had together was all the more important. That's how I like to think of it, anyway.
And you were the chair before Sarah.
Oh, yes. I was Sebastian Banks' protege, if that gives you any idea of how long I was part of our little club.
And you knew Sebastian Banks?
Knew him, argued with him, tried to carry on his memory when he vanished. Sebastian will be back tomorrow, we always used to say. It reminded us that he was still here, in the bones of this old building.
And Walter and Mateo headed out here to the green room.
Chat for a bit? Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals, but, well...
Yeah, let's chat.
You don't believe in the afterlife, do you? I mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but...
I doubt it. This life is all you get.
Somewhere deep down, I think we all wish it's not true. But part of us knows there's no going back. Even if there is something in the beyond. It's not here, is it? Well, I've taken up enough of your time.
And Mateo, I'm sure you didn't like to hear that little bit.
It almost feels wrong to be grieving. Selfish. No amount of tears will bring the dead back.
It's okay to grieve, man.
It's just easier to feel guilty, if you'll excuse me.
Constellation has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Yeah, you and Barrett came as a package. How are you?
These types of gatherings are a sad vacation. That assumption appears to be correct.
And can you feel emotion?
No, I don't.
That's right.
I'm programmed to analyze sensory and biometric data so I can cross-reference. But I do not feel, as you seem to imply.
And you're right, Vasco.
I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming.
You know what? Sure, console away.
It will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
Strangely helpful.
I will note that feedback for later.
You put in the effort. Hey, Cora.
Hi.
Hey.
So many people here. So many people saying goodbye.
And it is a lot of people.
Is this supposed to make everything okay? Make everyone feel better?
Yeah, when we lose people, it's natural to come together.
It's just... it doesn't change anything, does it?
No, there's no changing what happened, but we have to keep going.
Every day is going to be worse now. Don't you get that?
Well, with that attitude...
Want to be alone for a while, okay?
I'm sure the bar will be busy in a time like this. Hey, Sam.
Quieter in the lodge, or is it just me?
It's quieter, yeah.
Death is a bastard. Comes for us all. You know, there's an old Aquila story about two pioneers who got lost trying to find a new frontier to settle. One of them takes ill. Clear he's not gonna make it. He turns to his partner and says, "Don't bury me. Let the ground take what it's due. I'd rather be a ghost chasing after you than walk through the pearly gates knowing an eternity of loneliness until you get there." Sad story, huh?
Yep, sad story,
You
Sam.
look after yourself.
And, Vlad?
Hey, when you get a moment, can we talk?
Drink? Pour one out to the blackest sea?
As you do, Vlad.
Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond.
So, old friends.
Aye.
Hey, Andreja. Mind if I pull up a chair?
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
Yeah, you're in mourning just in your own way.
I have seen death. I have lost people I considered close. But this is... it is not the same. I cannot explain why. I am not sure I am making sense.
Yeah, you're making perfect sense. There's no right way to feel.
Thank you.
All right, leave whenever we are ready.
For the deceased go back thousands of years to early human history.
Indeed, burial mounds, tombs, crypts, the whole 9 yards, catacombs.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
Vasco, I didn't expect you to be outside. What do I owe the pleasure?
I have things for you.
Oh, good.
Forgive me for pulling you aside again, but, well, there's so much to process right now.
Yeah, but about the
emissary,
things.
The hunter, the unity, an entire multiverse. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it all.
Yeah, just talk to me.
I don't know where to begin. The fact that we are the origin of the Starborn. Humans literally reborn by entering the Unity. The same, yet different. It's unbelievable. I feel like most of the knowledge we've amassed in the last few centuries about the universe has just been made obsolete.
Hey, every major discovery does that. And knowledge is what got us to this point in the first place.
Yes, that's exactly right. Humans are clearly a victim of their own success.
Indeed.
We've been pushing further and further outwards from our home, when we should have spent more time being prepared for the consequences. Our current problem relates closely to the nature of humans as a species. This rushed curiosity has led us to enter the Unity and become Starborn.
So what you're thinking is we spent so much time wondering if we could, we never stopped to wonder if we should. Human nature is definitely at fault here.
Yes, and look what it's cost us. Here we are, caught in the middle of some sort of needlessly violent crusade between the hunter and the emissary. You'd think that a technologically advanced society would have evolved past petty squabbling over something like the artifacts.
Oh no, you don't know
It
humans.
almost makes me wonder if entering the Unity has done them more harm than good.
And I suspect this is your way of telling me I shouldn't go into the Unity.
No, that's not it at all. When you pass into whatever lies beyond, we don't know what will become of you.
True.
Will you remember your life as you knew it? Will the hunger to collect the artifacts consume your life like it's clearly consumed the Starborn?
That's a valid observation, for sure. But I have to find out what's on the other side.
I'm just as curious to find out what's on the other side as well. But that's not the point. As the chair of Constellation, I want all of us to have this opportunity to explore the Unity. It would be the pinnacle exploration of our lives. However, after we enter the Unity, we'll likely evolve. You and I, as we stand here right now, will essentially cease to exist. You're a respected colleague, and I wouldn't want to lose you.
Yeah, and what makes you think you'd be losing me?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing based on what we've learned. Even if I accompany you into the Unity, the question still remains. Would we know each other anymore? Even if we did, would we care? Part of what I do as chair of Constellation is weigh the costs of our expeditions. And this one, the cost is extremely high.
I mean, that's true. But there's an infinite chance that we wouldn't even meet. And there's also an infinite chance that we'd be having this exact same conversation. This is something I have to do.
I know. Damn it. I know. Listen. I realize nothing that I say is ever going to change your mind or diminish the enticement of this incredible opportunity. All I ask is that you research the facts before you blindly stumble off into the unknown.
Fair. I will, I promise.
Thank you. Well, I suppose I've ruined the moment again, haven't I? I'm getting quite good at that lately. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Just think what we discussed. I know I will.
So in the meantime, we'll get the power from Altair. There's a couple of powers that might come in handy, and I want to help out Andreja. But one thing we did learn, thanks to our field trip to the museum, was we found the Opportunity rover's location on Mars, and I think that would be a pretty cool place to go and get myself reorganized with all of our new gear and equipment before we head out. So I think we're getting close. It's feeling like we're about ready to finally wrap things up. Looking at what Constellation wants me to do, Masada 3, final artifact, that seems pretty final to me. So a few things to wrap up before we have to make that big decision and either enter the Unity or not. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. And as we might not have enough time to see these folks again, Walter,
note.
and do you have work for me?
I want you to know I was very impressed with your work back on Neon.
Sure. And I know you well enough to feel this is leading somewhere.
There's no fooling you. Don't worry, this is a much lower stake opportunity. My Star Yard's been having a little trouble getting our next project off the ground. I need someone capable and decisive to step in and steer it in the right direction. Interested?
Oh, yeah. Whatever it is, I'm in.
Love the enthusiasm. I knew there was a reason I picked you to help with this project. It's a new ship. We want to diversify our fleet.
Diversity.
Now,
got it.
I don't know why the people I pay very handsomely to come up with new designs can't seem to get out of the R&D phase. And frankly, I don't care. I just want someone, you, to go there and show them how it's done.
Oh, okay. You really want my help even though I'm not a designer?
To be honest, I prefer it. I have professional designers, and obviously they can't do the job. They're floundering.
Gotcha.
And as I've seen firsthand, you dabble in all spectrums. Blue-collar work, exploration, fighting. I could go on. What better person to tell those overpaid muckety-mucks how to build a ship for the discerning consumer?
Discerning consumer. So what is our target audience, I wonder? Either way, I'll count on me.
Excellent. I'll send word ahead to the project lead, Jules Degante, that you're taking point. They'll all be instructed to listen to you and follow your direction.
Outstanding.
I expect big things from you, so I'm excited to see what you manage to deliver. I don't believe you'll let me down.
Oh no, I won't. All right, you hear that, Andreja? We get to design a ship. You know, I figure with designing a few lodestars and whatnot, this is a pretty good opportunity. So let me just have a think on what design I would like, and next time we'll be heading to Mars, seeing opportunity, and designing a starship. Yeah, I might miss this universe, not gonna lie, but I guess we'll see what the next one will bring after that, eh?